Talking about this, we now welcome Erin Brockovich, consumer advocate working with the Whites and Luxembourg law firm on the Porter Ranch case.
And let's begin with a statement that was released by SoCal Gas today. Get right to their side. They say independent monitoring has demonstrated that the air quality in the area has returned to conditions that existed prior to the leak. Extending the time period beyond what was agreed upon is not consistent with any health and safety conclusions. What are your thoughts on what they're saying with this?
Well, I don't believe them. I think a whole lot of people out in the Porter Ranch area probably don't believe that statement. I mean, it's been shown time and time again that they've said it's not this amount of methane, it's not sulfur, this isn't going to hurt you, you shouldn't see long-term impacts. Yet, as we get further and further into it, we find, in fact, these things are going on. So that's just been their party line the whole time. I don't think that they know for certain whether it is or isn't safe. Nobody's done testing on the home. I think the judge made an excellent decision today not to force and rush them back into their homes. And we need to do a lot more investigating to provide them assurance what the condition of the other wells are. None of us have assurance that this won't happen again right away.
I have so many questions, but I really want to get into just what these people that live there are facing at this point in time. We're talking chemicals here, we're talking benzene, there's linked to cancer. What have you experienced in other cases like this?
Well, you know, the truth always comes out too late. And that's the thing that's so frustrating in this situation and other situations we're involved in, is the lack of transparency. And they're told one thing, that it's safe, they want to believe that, and then they find out down the road this can harm you, this was in your home, and then it's too late. And so it's this lack of transparency that is adding insult to injury to this community that's already been harmed, and most importantly, they're fearful.
Yeah.
Right. One of the things you pointed out in an article you wrote back in December, you said that not only are they not being transparent, but they're moving ahead with a project to expand the Aliso Canyon facility. The company still has no idea how the gas leak even started in the first place. They don't have any emergency plans in place, or they haven't established any risk management or emergency procedures in the event of another leak. What is making it so worth it for SoCal Gas to continue to live through this sort of PR nightmare for them? Is it the bottom line? And what is it going to take to make real change?
It is the bottom line. The bottom line for them is money, and this is something that's not going to be sustainable for us going forward. The bottom line can't constantly be to the health and welfare of public safety and to the environment, but for them, that's all that matters. And there needs to be, no expansion. There is no reason at this point to trust Southern Cal Gas at all in the safety of these people. They need greater oversight, greater enforcement. We have enough regulations. In some instances, I think states and these companies are way too cozy together, and the crack slips somewhere. How on earth this community got built on top of the second largest natural gas reserve and an oil field with 190 wells that no one even knows the condition of got past the city, I think is startling. And one thing that I think about, and communities and I talk a lot about, is the bottom line for them is dollar. Somebody's going to pay out a lot of money, but there's no repercussions, and they go on. And it's just gotten to a place, if anyone else had gone out and made an assault of a hose and just decimated people with methane and benzene and stuff, somebody'd go to jail. And in situations like this, and in something this egregious, I really feel that somebody should be looking at criminal charges.
Is that going to happen at all?
We are seeing it happen. Whether it happens here, I don't know, but more and more you are seeing investigations that could lead to criminal charges, and I'd like to see that happen here.
You know, a lawsuit seeks an unspecified amount of monetary damages and attorney's fees. Do you have an idea, ballpark, about what this is going to cost to rectify this? And is there any way that SoCal Gas is going to get out of this without having to pay anything?
Oh, I would think that something, Southern Cal Gas is obviously going to have to pay something.
But people are worried about them raising the fees down the line to make up for this at some point in time.
Again, that's very interesting. It's something that I'm sure the attorneys would come in and argue, that something like that doesn't get passed on to the consumer, that they will actually have to be accountable for the bottom line, for the dollars on their side as a loss, not passed on to the consumer. And I know people are often asking, they're afraid that they're going to go bankrupt. They're a pretty big company. I think that that's unlikely. And if you look at cases of this magnitude, and you don't really see them this big. I mean, this is, we've always said, the BP oil spill on land, and we saw what happened with BP, and we saw what that dollar figure was. So I'm sure that they are clearly prepared that this is coming. It's a little too late, though. It should not have happened in the first place.
Real quickly, I would just ask, they say that it has been permanently capped. Do you believe that's true?
I understand that it has been cemented, and that should be a permanent situation. What I am concerned about, and I know everybody else is, they knew years ago this well could fail. You got 190 more wells out there. What assurance do you have? And this community has to have that assurance that this is not going to happen again.
All right, Erin Brockovich, thank you so much for joining us tonight to talk about the Porter Ranch gas leak.
Thanks.